Hi guys, my name is Shahin from the theplant. I am really happy to be here. Today in this video, I want to talk about the snake plant blooming. One of the questions always snake plant lovers ask is, does a snake plant bloom at all? To answer this question, I should say yes, a snake plant blooms, but it's really difficult and you can see it's blooming rarely. And if you see it's blooming, you are a really lucky person. But there are few factors. If you observe them, you can see you can increase chance of a snake plant blooming. So in this video, I want to talk about these points. Stay with me until end of this video. Boom, boom. Okay, guys, let's talk about the first point. Let me put it down first, then I will talk about this. Okay, the first point you should observe is the light. A snake plant doesn't like direct light, so because of that, always put the pot near the window, but it should be a distance about 1 or 2 meters between the window and the pot. Always remember, don't put it exactly beside the window, or if you have to put it beside it, there should be a curtain or something like that between the sunlight and the pot. This is really important, and observe this point. Okay, the second point you should observe is the water. Most of the people, actually amateur people, thinks if they water their plant, their snake plant too much, it's really good and makes their chance of blooming too much. But this is not really true. Always pay attention. If you want to water your snake plant, before watering, check the snake plant's soil. About 1/3 of soil should be dry, and check it. If it is dry, then start watering your snake plant. Otherwise, never ever water it. Okay, the third point you should observe is the fertilizer you give your plant, your snake plant. It's really important to feed your snake plant with high potassium and phosphorus fertilizer once in a 2 or 3 weeks. It depends to the size of your snake plant, how much fertilizer you give, but its normal amount is about once in a 2 or 3 weeks. One important point about your snake plant fertilizing is don't fertilize your snake plant too much. Always people think if they fertilize their snake plant too much, it's good for their plant, but this is not really good, and I don't recommend to do this because it burns your snake plant's roots and cause your snake plant not to bloom. Fourth point you should observe is a snake plant pot and pot size. This is the point always most of the people don't have enough information about that, and they miss to observe this point. It's better to use plastic or clay pots for your snake plant. In other hand, the pot size shouldn't be too big, because when it's too big, snake plant roots spend most of its energy to grow up its roots, and doesn't spend energy for blooming. Because of that, it's better to have a pot that its size is adequate to your snake plant size. Okay, the fifth point is your snake plant maturity. Actually, this point is really important, and unfortunately, I forgot to talk about this in previous points. So think this is the first and most important point. Maturity. If your snake plant is not mature, you shouldn't expect it to bloom. Always a snake plant bloom in maturity age, and if it is younger than maturity age, it doesn't bloom, and this is really important. The last point is the temperature. However, this point is not as important as before points, but it's better to observe this one too. Snake plants love hot weather actually, and it's better to keep the pot in the environment that is warm. As the temperature of environment goes up, the humidity should goes up too. because when the environment is dry, a snake plant doesn't bloom. So humidity is important beside the temperature, and they should go up, they should come down. This is really important. And remember, in cold season like winter, don't put your snake plant outside in balcony or something like that, and bring it inside. Okay guys, in this video we talked about a snake plant blooming and how you can increase snake plant blooming chance. There were a few, actually I think 6 points we talked about, and if you observe these points you can increase your snake plant blooming. Between the points we talked, a light, age of your snake plant, and your snake plant's pot size and pot type are most important points that you should really observe them. And after that, fertilizing is in priority, and the last one is the temperature. It's important, but it's not as important as before points, but you should observe it. It's better to observe. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any question about the snake plant blooming, please leave a comment, and don't forget to push subscribe button. Wait to see my next videos. Love you. See you soon. Mwah.